All right, we got to update you on what's going on with this huge fire and the smoke that's been left over. This morning, the EPA has mobilized contractors to the fire at Smitty's Supplies. It took command of operations as it's still working to contain any hazardous materials and debris.
We're also hearing from the mayor of Roseland, who is pleading for as much help as possible. Josh Robertson joins us live from the scene, or near the scene, I should say, to explain.
Yeah, Lucy, Kelsey, we are on our way to the scene. I should say we're just passing Ponchatoula right now. We were headed up I-55, just got off the interstate. We should be there within the next half hour up there to Roseland and Tangipahoa Parish. Now, you mentioned the EPA. We can go ahead and take the video now as we're just in the car. We're almost there, but giant black smoke that we saw on Friday, it did not just cause damage to the immediate area. There's soot and oil that is part of the fallout. Now, the EPA, as you mentioned, has taken over, really taken over control of this investigation. It's still working with all of those local and state partners. Obviously, the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency, the environmental arm of the federal government, they're going to be taking over. They're going to have at least 18 people on the ground working to contain some of the chemicals and stuff that may have spread after that plume of smoke from that explosion. They said it's going to be their job to clear out ditches, ponds, and waterways like the Tangipahoa River for any contaminants, any chemicals that may have gotten into that water. And we saw what happened to many people's cars. There's been oil reported and soot on people's homes. And you mentioned the mayor too, Van Showers, who we talked to yesterday. He voiced some of his own frustration being a decades-long resident of Roseland. He says that right now he really feels like that evacuation order for that 1 mile radius should be extended. He says his own home is outside of that evacuation order, and his own home has gotten soot and oil in his yard and on his property, and so they're going to be working to obviously clear that out. There are many people who have left their homes, he says, even outside of that evacuation order. And here's what he had to say about just some of the frustrations he says he's feeling right now.
I'm going to say this, and I probably get some kickback from that, but it is what it is. I have debris, and I'm 1.8 miles from Smitty's. So my house is covered in soot and oil. So there's a lot of residents outside of those parameters. And we just want to make sure that everything is safe and being handled the proper way.
And so again, the EPA taking over the lead on this investigation, so they're still working with all of our partners, and they say that Smitty's is actually working to financially assist some of those people who've had to leave their homes in that evacuation area. Many of them at one point staying in the community center there, but now some of them, a lot of them probably put up in hotels. And so that's something we're going to be paying attention to. I've reached out to the EPA for an interview, try to get them at some point while we're up here in Roseland. And obviously we'll keep an eye on all of this and try to get whatever the latest is from the actual town. When we get up there, we'll bring that all to you. But for now, reporting here in Ponchatoula, Josh Robertson, Fox 8 Local First.
All right, Josh, thank you for that. And breaking news now, NOPD is investigating a